You are official. Yes.
Alrighty. Well, good morning. We're live on Whole Athlete here, so welcome. I'm glad you're here today. And a couple things for Pilates class today. I put it in my chat box, but obviously I don't think you guys can see that. So grab a dish towel or a hand towel, just a small one. Okay? I would like to know if you're on hardwood or carpet. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that there. But if you are on carpet, you might want to get like a paper towel or even a plastic like plate. I'm trying to think. Or if you have gliders at home, some of you might have gliders. Sandy! You can grab... Facebook is not... My Facebook Live, the Whole Athletes is working. They're going live stream the last 3 weeks. I don't know if they shut me down at this time every Thursday or what's going on. Good morning, Jane. But my Facebook Live, I'm leaving it running in the background to see if it'll go, but it's not coming on here. So for this class this morning, I want you guys to all have that hand towel or dish towel that's small if you are on hardwood, I guess. If you are on carpet, grab a paper towel or, and hopefully you're not on shag carpet. If you're on shag carpet, you're gonna have to let me know and I can modify, we can work it out without, but I do wanna use the towel for a couple of things today. Whole Athlete, Live for Lives, charity drive. I want you to make sure that you go and donate for Tony and Anthony and Danny and what they're doing right now and just bringing awareness and making sure that they're giving back in this time. They're giving these classes all week to you guys and also then just donating back to the community. So make sure you do that. Guys of mine, if you want to do that, please feel free. Go and you can connect with me. I can get you that information. I'm also going to be doing something. I have a very special event coming up on Friday and for my business, but I'm doing something fun with it. And Jan, you're going to love this. I would love for you, and I could do this for you, seeing as you're a nurse, but if any of you know any healthcare workers or anybody who is on the front lines, if you would be willing to connect with me and nominate them, put them in the chat box. You can go through Whole Athlete if you want to, and nominate them for a small gift package. I would just like to send out, so I'm just doing a little charity drive. I'd love to send out some care packages as a way of just giving back. And I would just love if you know somebody who's on the front lines and they would like a little fun gift pack that boosts their immune system, that gives some extra energy and encourages them. I would love for you to nominate them and give me their name and information because obviously I'm gonna have to send something to them. So if you don't think that they would want you to give me their address or information to send it to them, please do not nominate them. Nominate only somebody who would appreciate that gift and would be good with you doing that, okay? All right, so I think that's it. Everybody's good. We have our towels, we have our water. You have your music playing in the background. That's a really important thing. Well, for me anyway, I like having the music in the background. It just helps me with not having the music on here for you means I don't have to worry about on Facebook and when I post it and all the rest of it. So, all right. Comments, questions need to go in the chat box. I will be monitoring it. I'll come back and forth to make sure I'm looking and seeing how are you doing, what do you need, what modifications do you need. So take a seat on your mat. We are going to stay seated to begin with today, okay? I have a couple just different options and modifications I'm going to throw in for us today. It's always fun to do that, and as I'm doing these recordings, it's fun because then I have them and we just throw in some different options every time so that it gets varied, all right? All right, take a seat on your mat. Woo. And I want you to sit crisscross, applesauce. All right, so just find a nice comfortable position. Towels behind you. And I want you to sit up just nice and tall. Find your sits bones. You might need to move the meat. I did mean meat. All right, move the meat. And I want you to sit as tall as you possibly can. So you're gonna drive your tailbone down towards the floor, the crown of your head up toward your ceiling. So you're not leaning forward, you're not leaning back, you're just nice and tall. Try to relax that neck and roll those shoulders back and down. And I want you to connect with your breath. Close your eyes for a moment and start breathing in through your nose, opening the rib cage out. Exhale through that mouth, open mouth, relaxed jaw. It's a ha sound, really important. Keep going, breathe in through the nose, out through that open mouth, relaxed jaw. Yes, in through the nose, open, exhale. On that exhale, keep going. I want you to make sure that on that exhale, you are Breathing out through that open mouth and relaxed jaw. You're forcing the air out from the bottom of your lungs, so it is that stale air that's there at the bottom that you need to make sure you are forcing out. As you breathe in, I want you to feel your intercostal muscles really opening. Exhale. As you breathe in, get as much air into those lungs as you possibly can. As you exhale, get out as much of the air as you possibly can. Good. Nice deep breaths. Now you're going to take an assessment of your body. All right, are you feeling tension anywhere? Are you holding tension in your head or your neck, your shoulders? You're closing your eyes. You're listening to your body right here and how you feel. How about in your chest? Are you feeling any heaviness today? In your back? Wiggle that around, just releasing any stress or any tension. How about down into your core? These can be really stressful times. There's a lot going on. And so we all hold stress differently in our bodies. And it's really important. Find where it's sitting and release it as much as you can. There's different ways to release it. You can chat with me later about that if you want some other options or different techniques. Breath work is really significant, which is why we're doing that here. So how about through your hips, in your legs, out through your knees, if you need to straighten them out, shake them out, all the way down through your toes. Keep that breath work, close those eyes. Now it's really important, I want you to set an intention for this class. What do you need right now? Do you need to work a little harder? Do you need to work a little easier? Is there a space you need to work harder in and another space that you need to be a little more gentle in? What is your intention for the class today? It is really important that you set that intention because what we think about, we bring about. And so if there's no intention as we go about life, very often we're not going to accomplish the things that we want to accomplish. So what is the purpose to be here today? What is your intention? And are you setting that right now? That you're going to go after that within the class. Beautiful. All right, we're going to take those arms and inhale up, exhale down. So same thing here as when we're down on that floor. You're going to bring those arms up with resistance, shoulders down, exhale down through that area. Yes. Get that resistance. It's like you're coming down through wet cement or through jello, through water, whatever you want. As you're coming up, your ribs are down, your shoulders are down, and you're keeping a nice connection. That's that core connection. Nice deep breath. Last one, hold it up. Now press it down and sweep it up. Exhale down, inhale up. Are you keeping your ribs and shoulders down? Are you lengthening your spine? Can you feel your sits bones on the mat underneath you? And last one, hold it halfway in front of you. Roll those shoulders back and down. Now arm reach. Right arm comes forward and back. Left arm. Breath is inhale forward, exhale back. I'm going to turn around so you can see what's moving with my scapula because that's what this is about. It's shoulder blade. And I've got good range of motion in my shoulders. So you can see the scooping of my shoulder blades. So we'll keep going. We're stretching those intercostal muscles, or stretching upper postural muscles, sorry. I do know my anatomy, at least a little bit. Reach. Yeah. Okay, now both arms together and squeeze it back, like you're grabbing a pencil between those shoulder blades as you come back. Inhale forward. You're relaxing your neck. Inhale. So you keep it about that shoulder width distance between your hands and your elbows are soft. You'll notice, stay where you are, you'll notice, right, I'm moving here, sitting tall, I'm not moving here. So check yourself. I love you, and the reality is, almost every class, especially with newer people, this is what I see. And there's no movement in the scapula, which is the point of this. So you see the difference in that exercise, right? Are you hurting yourself here? Of course not. Are you getting the intention of the exercise? Nope. Not when you do that. All right, I love you. So pardon me, keep going. Pardon me if I get a little less PC when you're not sitting here in front of me, like, right? Doesn't that happen all the time? Like you're talking to a video, you can get a whole lot more bold. But actually I want to be a little less PC and a little more bold because I can't see you. And I want you to do it correctly. All right, like, take it down. Walk those fingertips out. You're still sitting as tall as you can. Take that ear to shoulder. Other side. But this is where your responsibility in taking this right in this kind of a format where you're by yourself or you're with somebody else, they could help you. But the reality is you've got to make sure and switch and rotate. You've got to make sure that you are listening to your body and you're paying attention to what you're doing. That's where you're going to get the most benefit out of it. You're rolling those shoulders, now rolling forward. Good. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, I want you to turn on your mat. Here's a little silly hack that happens in class all the time. I put my water bottle down there toward my feet. If you put your water bottle up by your hands and you're doing all these motions, I can't tell you, I know you're laughing right now, Sharon, how many times in classes, anybody in my classes, we just knock our water bottles all over the place. Is it a big deal? Nope. Just a little hack. All right, nice and tall, arms up, spine stretch, right? We're gonna go from our rib cage. You're bending from the rib cage and coming back up. Exhale, feel the energy right underneath your ribs. Come on, squeeze tight right under the rib and come up. Exhale. Inhale. So envision yourself sitting up against the wall and peeling the top part of your back away from the wall, but keeping like bra strap lying down, connected to that wall and come back up. Exhale. You are relaxing your shoulders. Inhale up. Too many times I see in this particular exercise, right? And it's all about the arms, and then the head and the neck do this, and the arms do this. And there's all this tension up here, and that's not even where the exercise is. It's down here, underneath the rib cage. And up. So your head and neck should be completely relaxed. Your arms are just soft. The upper body is following. Last one. We're gonna move up. Just keep those arms down, and then cervical nod, chin to chest, and come up. So I want you to envision where your head kind of sits on top of your skull, sits on top of your spine here. And it's just, you're moving from that place and bring it up. So it's a very gentle, there's no forcing and rolling, right? It's just the head and neck. Drop. Exhale. Inhale. And it's like you're grabbing that orange underneath that chin. You should feel the stretch in the erector spinatus, the muscle that supports and surrounds your spine, because you're just dropping that chin to chest. Can you feel that? Think about a bobblehead, right, where they bobble. All right, last one. All right, now, from the hips, you're gonna pull your 6 o'clock forward. 6 o'clock forward. So just like in the upper body, with the lower body here, you are now engaging through that lower abdominal muscle. And you're pulling that pubic bone forward and coming back. Now, think about, you're sitting on your sits bones, and now you move to your sacrum. Sits bones, sacrum. Inhale, exhale. As you draw your 6 o'clock forward, your 6 o'clock is your pubic bone, right? 12 o'clock is your xiphoid process. 3 and 9 o'clock are your hip crest bones. So it's engage in the lower portion here, taking that lower back away. But your shoulders are occupying the same space. I know it's a really small, keep going. It's a really small movement. Look at my cute little pants. Don't you love these? I love these. These are my Lulus that I love. I digress. You have shag carpets. Okay, Sharon, if you can get like a plastic plate or a paper plate, or you know how to modify these, so that would be fine too when we get there. All righty? Okay, we're good. All right, hold it. Now, let's put both of those together. Rib cage, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, partial roll down, relax your legs and feet, roll it up, feel your sits bones uncurl. 12, 6, roll back, and roll it out. Now my focal point, guys, right, is in the pelvis and in the upper back. It's all in the spine. So you'll notice as I'm coming back up again, right, I'm coming to my sits bones, I'm in that scooped position, I'm uncurling. Pay attention to your body, and you'll notice I'm coming here and coming back. It looks a lot different because what I end up seeing in class is this. You see the difference, right? Like if there's no control in that movement, I just want the 12, 6 partial. Roll up, keep the 6 o'clock pulled forward until you feel the sits bones and uncurl into neutral. Your focal point is not your hip here at all, but that's what a lot of us want to do. We want to put a lot of energy in the hip or in the shoulders when it all needs to be in your core. All right, roll it up and hold, uncurl right here. All right, now we're just going to take those arms out and rotate gently, come center. Exhale, rotate, come center. Just gentle. Spine twist, but we're not going to do a full. Give it 2 more. Rotate, come back center, and last one. Now come back in. Now grab your towel. Okie fold it up and in. Get it kind of small so it has some width to it, and I want you to put it above the knees. So we're not at the knee joint here. We're just a little bit above the knee joint. Does that make sense? Can you see that? Yeah. All right. So hold that there. You're going to bend your knees, and I want you to just hold that towel. All right? Come up here. Your feet are about fist width apart, and that partial roll down. Hold on to that towel, roll it up, and uncurl. Now, some of you, what I want you to pay attention to, when you are grabbing onto that towel, do you feel how that releases your hip flexors? Right? 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, partial roll down, roll it up. You feel how that releases your hip flexors? Yeah, because you're connecting with your inner thigh. As you connect with that adductor, you're releasing in through the hip flexor. Some of you might need that on a general basis, like all the time. You might want to have that towel available for that because your hip flexors might give you a lot of issues here and there. So that's just it's a little trick for the hip flexor, but it's also nice for the inner thigh. Okay, here we go. We're gonna roll all the way down if you want that. Full roll down, full roll up. I want you to hold on to that towel. Now, as you do this, no cheating, because if you're getting down here and you have to hoop yourself back up again, you're gonna stay with the partial roll up, please. Right? That's this one. Right? But if you can come all the way down, just challenge yourself, but good form. And come all the way up in a nice, slow, controlled, and keep that up. Good. Uncurl. Yeah, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. 1 vertebrae at a time, and 1 vertebrae at a time. Right back up again. Good. All right, you're gonna come down, and we're gonna hold it down. Bring those heels in, keep that towel right where it is. Find your neutral. So the bony points of your pelvis, right? 3 and 9 o'clock and 6 o'clock, nice and flat. If you have a plate there, it's flat, right? You feel your sacrum flat. Your lower back is off of the mat because that is your neutral position. Right? Your feet are going to be a little bit closer because I have you squeeze in this towel, but generally we want a fist width between our knees and feet. Shoulders roll down and back, connect correct with your breath. Now, squeeze the towel and release. Squeeze the towel, palms up, reach those fingertips down towards your heels. Squeeze that towel, release. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. If you are not feeling that inner thigh connect, you need to squeeze harder. Love you. Squeeze harder if you need to, and release. Nice and tight, you got it. And release. All right, ready? Hold it tight. Now we're gonna lift up into a neutral bridge and release down. Exhale up, 6 o'clock to the ceiling. Inhale down. Guys, your back is staying straight. You're keeping those hips nice and neutral. 6 o'clock to ceiling, rest on your shoulders and bring it down. Exhale up, press into that big toe, squeeze that towel, ladies. And gentlemen, if you're here, squeeze, or you take it later. Bring it up, you got it. You should be feeling that inner thigh. And last one, hold it up. Hold it up, you ready? Squeeze, come on. Now, we're gonna give a little percussive breath on those legs, on those knees. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Really small squeezes, yes? Give it 4, 3, 2, and 1. My inner thighs are burning. I hope yours are too. Draw it in. Move that towel down for just a moment. Whoo! Take the soles of your feet together. Just open up through that inner thigh. Open those knees out nice and wide. Beautiful job. Just working those inner thighs in a little different way this morning. Beautiful. And release and set that down. All right, find that neutral right back in again. Arms come up overhead. Partial roll up. Good. Now we're just coming from the bottom up. We started from the top down. We're coming from the bottom up. Exhale. So again, core stays tight, ribs down. That is the rib-hip connection. And as you come overhead, you are keeping your shoulders down. A key thing here, if you have any neck issues, you can always take your hands and gently hold them behind your head, pushing your head down into your hands, right? That's the key here. Here's another little hack. If you have your towel, you can always fold it in half here and kind of use it as a sling, right? So put your head in your towel, just like this, and let that head fall down into that towel and come up here. So there's always ways that you can take care, keep going, always ways you can take care of your body, not feel the pain that you need to, just options, right? Modifications. And I'm showing you these because I'm recording it. It's going to be a lot of times people watching them. I want you just to have the options to protect your body, work well. Hold it up when you get there. Now rotate to the right, then left. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Again, if your hands are behind your head, you have that towel. The rotation is coming from your ribs, not your arms. So it's okay to have that there. You got it, come on. And last one, and bring it down. Your core should be nice and warm, and you're gonna drive your knees into a shelf position. So again, here's another space that I have learned over my 20 years of fitness and about, 18 years in Pilates now. There are just a couple key things. Take your fingertips on the tip of on your knees there. Push down gently. You should feel, right, that femur is sinking deep down into your hip socket. And as you push down into that with a 90-degree at your knees, you should feel a gentle release in your hips and in that pelvis. You feel that? Now, if I was with you, and Sharon knows this because I've done this in class a lot, I would come around and I would put my body weight down to push down that femur even deeper down into the hips. Your pelvis is neutral. It's just a wonderful release of the hip and the hip flexor if you need that. Now, we're gonna do femur arc series. This is your neutral position. So I'm at 90 at my hip, I'm at 90 at my knee. My lower back is off the mat. Here's the option. If you have lower back problems or your lower back is hurting you, what you're gonna do to protect that is to gently draw your knees into you. You feel that? Do it with me because we're practicing, right? You just gently drew your knees in. You feel how your lower back rested on the mat? That's a really important place because that will protect your lower back. Now, back into neutral. You feel that? You feel your sacrum wide and flat and your lower back came off the mat, right? So optimally, we want to come here. But if, again, lower back protect, be kind to you if you need this, right? Never shove your lower back into the mat. Don't do that, please, right? If you're here, just gently draw it in and your lower back will rest. Okay, now we're gonna take it to femur arc series in a minute, but we're gonna hold this right here, that little pressure down of the fingertips on those knees, sinking, right? The head of that femur deep into your hip. Now just draw little circles. Circles. Just draw little circles. I don't know if this will help you. I'm just drawing little circles. Go the other way. All right? That should feel nice on your hips, and that's my goal here. Just releasing the hips and the hip flexors. And then hold. Okay, bring those hands down now. Again, wherever you need your knees, if you need to gently draw them in or hold here, femur arch series, you drop your heel and bring it back up. Drop down, bring it back up. Inhale at the top, exhale as you go down and up. Proprioceptively, your lower back off of the mat. The space under that lower back never changes here because your hips stay neutral. And that's whether or not you have your knees pulled close to you to protect that lower back and rested on the floor, or if you have yourself in shelf and you're in a neutral position. Okay, so that's a good proprioceptive feedback. If you feel your lower back lifting and lowering, you know you're moving your hips too much and not stabilizing. Right? Likewise, if you are moving your knees in and out of 90 degrees, you know you're moving the wrong joint. My focal point is the hip. Here's the other option. Legs come up at a high diagonal. You're working lower portion of your rectus abdominis, right? Right down low. If you walk your fingertips down below your belly button, that muscle should be contracted, nice and tight. All right, balance out for you, and then draw those knees in. Take a nice deep breath. Beautiful. All right, come back into your shelf position. We're gonna come to Criss Cross. So, hands behind the head gently, drop that head down, neutral through your hips, and then exhale, rotate, hold. Center, hold. Rotate, hold, center, hold. Yes, I'm doing that on purpose. Rotate. Now, keep going. You're moving your opposite rib towards your opposite hip. Okay? Your elbows are wide. You're looking at the elbow that's rotating back. Inhale. And you are thinking about how long can you get that leg? How much air can you squeeze out as you rotate? Keep going. Your knee is staying over your hip. It's straightening the other leg, right? Too often before we were doing these where we brought these in. This is like flopping and doing nothing for your core. Knee stays over the hip. Lengthen, rotate, exhale. And balance. And then draw those knees in. Woo! Take a nice deep breath. Looking good, looking good. Okay, rotate and roll over onto your side. Roll over onto that side. I'm just checking to make sure I got things. Good. All right, you're on your side here, all the way down. Now again, this is a tricky space, but I'm gonna have you grab your towel. You can have a pillow, a blanket, a block for yoga if you do yoga. But now that we have our towel, we're just going to use that because I want you to have just kind of an idea if this is helpful for you. Okay? Put your head on your towel. There. So what you want is to make sure that your body looks like it would if you were standing. So that means your eye gaze is looking straight out, not down towards your toes. Shoulders are down. Take that top leg and reach it long. Take that top toe, touch the floor, right? Your waist should now be light or off of that mat, and then put your foot back. What I'm doing is just getting your hips stacked into neutral position here, okay? Really important. I'm not used to the towel here. Fussing around with it. Okay, so you got that nice and long. You're gonna keep that hip neutral, okay? Ribs down, shoulders down, connect with your breath. And hand on the mat, less stability, that's more stability, sorry, for you, and less stable would be on your hips, so you choose. All right, come up with your heel and down with your heel. Inhale up, exhale down. Now, pay attention to your waist. If you feel your waist going down and up off of that mat, you know that you are moving your hips in and out of neutral. This is where I can't see you. But what ends up happening when I see this, right, I know that you're coming way out of neutral because your range of motion is big, you're not stabilizing your hips, right? You see how much, I don't have a big range of motion here. And that's because I'm stabilizing my hips. Now, am I hurting myself if I come here? Absolutely not. It's just a different thing. But so many, I mean, this is easy for all of us. But I want you within this class to learn the stability and the neutral of the hip. That is so important. And we don't do that very often. So that's why I want you to keep it tight. That's why I want you to learn that. Abs are tight, picking the meat up off that floor. And last one, hold it down, take that arm, top arm, it's gonna come up overhead, exhale down. Inhale up. We're gonna do some oblique work here, okay? Bring it up, exhale down. All right, that towel's probably gonna move, take that bottom arm out diagonal. Now, we're gonna come up into extension. I want you to look at my body alignment, right? Ribs, not, you see the difference here? If I'm sinking versus lifting for the ribs. Down for the rib, up. So, lift the ribs. Now, my head, my length in my neck, I'm not here. Here, you need to be here in the length, reaching your head away from you, okay? So it's down, lift and reach, lift the ribs, lift and lengthen that head, come down. Inhale up, exhale down. So oftentimes in this, I'm seeing this. I love you. You see the difference in that? Like we're all here, and we're squishing things. We're not here and lengthening through that. I know that it's more difficult, but you can do it. You feel that in that oblique? Yes? Lift. I am not even getting you to lift your legs there. Lift the rib cage. Come on, lift. Lengthen that head. And then hold it up there when you get there. Hold. Hand. How are you doing with that rib cage? You lifting? You lengthening through that head? Yes? Now, lift those legs. Yes, we good? Woo, and bring it down. You can take your towel if you want it again, or just bring it down and lift both legs. Hold. You should have felt that in your obliques. We're gonna go little scissors, front and back. Pay attention to that waist again. Make sure your hips are neutral. Again, if you need more stability, use your hand. And we're gonna hold right here. Right, you good? Leave that top leg where it is. Lift and lower that bottom leg. You got it, come on, we can do it. And last one, and draw it in. Love you, you ready? You can rub it out if you need to, walk it up. Whew, I felt that one. Take that top leg, swing it in front of you. Did you feel that on oblique? I hope so. Swing it in front. If you didn't, you weren't working that length of your core well enough. You were squidging, you were kinking up. Love you. If you felt it in your neck, same thing. You were putting power in your neck as opposed to your core. You just need to know that. No judgment, no condemnation. We all it's not an issue, but I just want you to know so that you can adjust it as you need to. All right, swing into it. Come on, chest out. Chest out. Okay. We're all good. Yay. All right. Now, same side here that you just had on top. Lean, stretch. Oh my word, that feels good. Think about the intention that you set at the beginning of class. How are you doing towards that? All right, now, other side. Again, remember your towel if you want that. Okay? I think I didn't put it in the right place. Here we go. You gotta have it on that outside arm. I do anyway. So if you want that towel, if that helps you, I just wanted to give you another option again today of what things you can do to make you successful, and just think about your body. So again, you don't have to have that towel. Hips, remember, body's in a beautiful alignment. I never want to see you up here. I love you, don't do this. Your neck you're way out of cervical alignment there, so that's why I always have you down on that hand here to make sure your neck is nice and long. Key thing would be check how you can talk, because when your head's up, like that's not as bad on your side. Hips, right, move. Touch that top floor, that top foot, come back in, make sure, pay attention at your waist, how you doing there. Abs are tight, shoulders, connect with your breath. Why do we always go over body position? Because it's easy to not be intentional. And when you're not intentional, you do not get the results that you want. I love you. Hand on the mat, more stability, you just choose. Hand on your hip less, here we go, up with that top leg and down. Now pay attention to that waist again. Are you pushing your waist down and in? Or are you leaving it right where it is? You should be no movement at your waist. None. The more intentional you can get with your body movement, the safer you are and the more effective you are. That's the point. You're not here to waste your time and not be safe. Right? You got it. Nice job. You got it. Now hold it down. Take that top arm. We're going to reach it over. Exhale, come down. You got it. Inhale. Exhale. Rib hip connection. Rib stays down. Shoulder stays down. Core stays engaged. Get that resistance as you're bringing it down. This should challenge your balance as well on that sideline. I forgot to say that on the other side, but. All right, here's your option. I'm gonna move that towel. I'm gonna take that bottom arm down, and we're gonna lift and hold. Think about those ribs up. Lengthen the neck, right? You're here. Bring it down. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. Why the inhale up? Because it helps you to lengthen your body. Inhalation facilitates length. Exhalation facilitates the control of the body back down, so you don't hit the deck, follow gravity, right? It controls the movement of the body. So in all of these Pilates classes, that's what I'm working toward. The inhale is going to be the length of the body. Exhale is going to be the control of the body. All right, how you doing on this? Got that rib lifted? Yes? Head and neck nice and long. Bring it down. Feel that oblique? Inhale. All right, you're going to hold it up there now. Hold it, lengthen, lift those legs. You should feel beautiful contraction right here in that oblique, and bring it down. Now, take that arm and just scissor. Remember, no energy in your feet here, right? This is not about your feet. This is about your hips and your balance. Hand here if you need it. As your waist should be nice and light. And you're going to hold it right here so that bottom leg is in front. Find that length in that top leg and then lift and lower. This is where I like my squishy mat. I have a little bit more of a memory foam kind of mat. I don't like the yoga mats for Pilates because in this position, your hip, like if you don't have much cushion under there, it's really gonna hurt. So you gotta have that cushion. And last, and bring it in. Nice. Drive it down. Push yourself up, circle it in. Yay. Take a nice deep breath. Swing it in. I hope you are smiling. Take a nice deep breath. Chest forward. Beautiful job. You can feel that I did Zumba earlier. When I get in here to the studio, it's freezing. So there are 2 portable heaters in here, thank God. So I put them on, but then halfway through Zumba, I realized one of the heaters was still on. Apparently I was trying to do hot Zumba. I don't recommend it. Bring it up. Because y'all know that coming to quadruped, you know, the more you sweat doesn't necessarily mean much. Right? Roll those shoulders back and down. You want your knees directly underneath your hips. You want your wrists directly underneath your shoulder. You are in a nice square table. Your weight is distributed evenly between your knees and your hands. So we're not back here on the knees and we're not shifted forward on our hands. We're nice and neutral between them, right? Roll those shoulders back and down. I put a little post out on Facebook last week. I'll do something again today about how this particular exercise really does help with our back. All right, so if you want to do one arm and one leg at a time, you can do that. Your belly button is pulled to spine here, so you're nice and tight. No arching, no sagging. Find the neutral. It's the length of the tailbone, length of the crown of the head. Now, we're gonna come out and lengthen right arm, left leg. Unless you wanna do one at a time, you can do that. Stabilize by drawing the shoulder blade down towards your hip, but reach as long through your fingers as you can. Again, you're evenly distributing between your knee and your hand, and reach, find your length, but stabilize that shoulder. Now your neck should be nice and long. You should be looking toward the end of your mat. If you're up here, you can't talk real well. If you're down here, it don't sound good either, right? You've got to find your length. Find that length. Abs are tight. So again, no sinking. Find your length. Beautiful. So if you're sitting in your computer too long, which is probably true for most of us, except for my sister Jen, who's on here, who is a nurse. And in that profession, I don't think you're sitting probably too much right now. Draw the shoulder down. Oh, maybe you are. Fingertips out. Draw the toe away from you and lengthen. But a lot of us these days are sitting long hours at our computers. And so you got to make sure you're getting up and walking around. Reach. If your lower back is hurting you, this is a good exercise to come to. And just find that length in the back. It's really good. Bring it in. Switch sides. We've been doing this every other week. So again, if you're doing one arm or one leg at a time, there's whatever's opposite next. All right, find your length here first. And then option, if you want another experience and challenge your balance, pick your foot up. Balance your weight between your knee and your hand. Again, shoulder blade down, up and out of the hip and shoulder. Evenly distributing your weight between your hand and your knee. Relaxing your feet. Your core is engaged. It's harder than it looks, but it's a great balance exercise. Switch sides, start with the foot down, find your length. You have safety because you're not going to fall far, right? All right, here's your option. Pick up that foot. Again, no energy in the foot or the hamstring. It's in your core. Shoulder down, find your length. Good. Reach. Beautiful. Bring it in. Now we're going to come up into cat. Exhale. And inhale, come down. All the way to cow. Stretch that core. Now draw 6 and 12 together. This is a very strong move. And the cow. Cat. If you know anybody pre or postnatal, this is a great exercise for strengthening the core, especially when there's a lot of the roll-ups, sit-ups, and other things we can't do. This is a great option. All right, find your neutral here. Just gotta say, I'm glad I'm not pre or postnatal at this point. Well, I guess I'm postnatal, but it's been a long time and I'm thankful for that. Hold. Beautiful. Tuck your toes under. Pick your knees up 1 inch. Yes, I said 1 inch. This is not an inch. I love you. Down. Like your knees are barely off the floor. Bring it down. Good. Ready? Come on. Up. Hold. Keep going. Set those knees down. Quadriceps said, welcome to the party, didn't they? Yes. Okay, so we're going to be using our towels really soon. Those knees are only lifting this much. I can see you. No butts up. You're going up then down. You're going to hold up. Hold up when you get there now. Hold. Hold. You can do it. Your thighs starting to burn a little bit. All right, now push up into down dog. Down dog. So you're here, hover, push up into down dog. Drop those hips back, draw the shoulder blades down to you, draw your heels to the floor. All right, so from this position, we're gonna switch our weight to our left leg, and we're gonna take our right leg up to the ceiling and pull it down. So we're gonna go up, up, pull it down. Up, pull, and down. Last one. And shift, same thing other side. Lift, lift, and lower. And last one, and hold, and drop those knees. Nice, set it back into child's pose. All right, roll those wrists around if you need to. And just take a nice deep breath, relax that body. Forehead to the floor. Beautiful, forehead to the floor. Use that breath in your back to really release your back. All right, now you're gonna come up and I want you to grab your towel. Or if you were on shag carpet, a paper plate. If you don't have a paper plate, like a plastic plate, I have some of those at home that would work as well. So we're gonna, or a glider, if you have a glider. I'm gonna get you started for those exercises. Now, if you are on carpet and you can't, and you don't have a paper plate, you don't have a plastic plate or anything to grab, just give me a second. I'm gonna get these exercises started and then I will come back and I'll give you a modification, okay? I'm just moving my mat because I want you to be able to see. We're gonna come and we're gonna bring our knees all the way to the end of our mat, okay? You're gonna take a towel and you're gonna, or your gliders, and you're gonna set them down right in front of you. You have your hands on the outside of that towel, okay? Now, we're gonna come out, drop the hip, and pull the hip back. Right, come out, drop the hip, pull the hip back. Now it's really important that your shoulder blades are down, core is tight, and come back. Yeah, out. Now, your weight is distributed evenly. You've got on the heel of your hand, I can feel the ball of the hand, and then my fingers. Back with the hips. Out. Back with the hip. Now, let's go out a little farther if you can, right? Go out a little farther and hold. Good, shoulders strong, abs strong, and hips. Yeah. Good, take it out, hold. Strong shoulders, belly button to spine. Back with your hips, ladies. Gentlemen, if you're watching, come out. Go out a little farther if you can, hold. Should be challenging. Hips, woo! Now if you get out here and you're like, bark, I love you, you went too far. Right? Don't go out too far. Come back with the hips. That's really important. Come out, hold. Farther if you can. Hips, push down into the floor with those heels of your hands. Come out, hold. Hips back, push down. How are we doing with that? Reach. I hope you're on your kitchen floor so that you're getting a double whammy here. Reach, hold, exhale. One more time, you ready? Out. And come back. Woo! Beautiful job. Working our muscles into that lengthening position and holding is beautiful. Now, turn yourself around. Sound like the hokey pokey. And put your toes on the outsides of your mat, of your towel, sorry. Your knees need to come all the way down to the end of your mat. You see, I'm all the way down here at the end of my mat with my knees, okay? We're gonna put our forearms down, roll those shoulders. Again, elbow underneath our shoulder. Actually, you know what? Take your towel under your right foot. Stick that chest out. You're not rounded here. Stick the chest out. Belly button to spine, so use your core. You're gonna come out and draw it in. Now, as I draw my knee in, I'm pulling my 6 o'clock in. Because what I'm doing is making sure that I'm engaging the lower portion of my rectus abdominis as I come in. This is option 1. Last one, drive it in and switch. Get your left toe on there. Out, draw it in. Inhale. I'm realizing I forgot to go back to anyone who was not on, like didn't have a glider or a towel or a table, right? You know, you don't have to slide. You can just pull in, right? And step out and in. You can adjust the other ones too. So as you come in, 6 o'clock forward. All right, last one. Hold it in now. Now we got both toes on that mat, okay? Excuse my hair here. So here's your next option. Out, pull in. Out, pull in. Keep going, keep going. So you see why I gave you option 1, right? One leg at a time. I always want you to try that next option, but it is never a must that you do it. You need to listen to your body. If it's too much for you, take a break. Take a break. Go back to the other option. If both legs is too much, stop. Go back to the other option. That's what you need to do to be successful for you. Okay? All right, finish that one out. Last one, pull it in and take a child's pose. Okay, now just as you rest, I'm gonna give you one more option. I'm gonna show you, and so you're gonna finish up a last set of this, whichever one you want. 1 leg, 2 legs, or my last option here, which is going to be a pike, okay? So, toes on, strong arms and shoulders, right back, out, pike, out, pike. So, I want you to come, join me, whichever one you want. Try the pike, right? If that's not good for you, go to the other one. Strong shoulders, belly button to spine. Here you go. 1 foot or 2 feet. Knees to your chest, or coming up in a pike. Come on, 3 more. And hold your plank. Woo! Drive those knees in. And take that towel out. Woo-hoo! All right, I want you to take a nice, you're gonna come out, sit back, sorry, I'm just moving my mat, into child's pose. Wasn't that fun? I love those. Love them. It's fun to work with just a different toy, do things a little differently. All right, ready? Roll it all the way out onto the floor on your belly. And we gotta stretch. I'm looking at my time going, woo. I'm playing, and it's fun. I gotta stretch now. Okay, so come down. We're gonna finish one thing here, and then we're gonna take a nice stretch, all right? Just find your neutral toes, 6 o'clock, ribs, shoulders, head and neck, palms down on your mat. Nice connection with your breath. And let's finish with just a nice flight 1 and then flight 2 and put them together. Flight 1, upper body, and bring it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Keep going. Eyes are on the end of your mat. Right? Eyes are on the end of your mat. You're lengthening the head and neck. Reach it away from you. So the head and neck should not be moving. It's the length of the spine. Reach. Good? Reach. Yes. Last one. And hold. Now flight 2. Float those thighs up off the mat. Guys, this is all about your butt. Keep your 6 o'clock, your pubic bone connected to that floor. Squeeze your butt. Reach your toes away from you. Good. Lovely. You worked well today, guys. I'm really proud of you. Good job, good job, good job. Thank you for showing up. I love seeing you as much as I can. Here we go, both together. Keep that head and neck long. Keep that 6 o'clock anchored. Really reach through the head and squeeze the glutes. Last one. Hold it up there. Find your legs. And bring it down. Tuck your toes under, hands at your chest. Even pressure, hands, knees, toes. Come up into quadruped and then up into cat. Stretch the back, breathing in. Exhale down. One more time. Nice. Sink it in, and let's go ahead and end where we began. Take a nice seat. I don't have a clock in the room that I'm in, and then when I get going like that, and I was like, oh, it's time. Roll the shoulders back. You worked hard today. I'm really, really proud of you. Give yourself a round of applause. Both directions. Give yourself a pat on the back. Every one of us needs it every day, don't we? Take that ear to shoulder. Sometimes you're getting it from somebody else, circled around, go the other way. Sometimes you are not. So, you need to make sure that if you are not, then you give it to yourself. Bring it up, look over the right shoulder. And if you're not, make sure that you do for someone else, because they need it. Just like you need it. All right, take that right arm across. All right, so think about your intention. Like when you started the class, we were talking about that. Set that intention. What did you want to accomplish during class? Did you get that done? I did. I wanted to make sure that I was just incorporating a couple little things and little tips and tricks. And using the towel, just something that's a little bit different. So that's just a fun way you can clean your floor, just saying. You know, you can inchworm around your floor. Clean your floor. Take it up all the way, pat yourself on the back. You need another one. But seriously, how are you doing these days? I'm always wanting to check in and see how are you doing. Is there anything that I could be praying for you? I would love to do that. If you could put your comments and questions, suggestions, prayers, any of that in the chat box and let me know. Those of you whole athlete, just connect with the guys because they can always get any information to me. All right, switch sides. Yeah, it's important. There's so much going on. We need to be there for each other in whatever way and capacity we possibly can be. Take that right arm up, and I want you to shift your rib cage over and just stretch those intercostal muscles. Inhale into it. You notice I'm not leaning, right? Sits bones are anchored. I'm shifting my rib cage. Good. And switch sides. Up. Drop that shoulder. Take the rib cage over. Ooh, I'm tight on that side. So again, we're not over here. We're just moving the rib cage. Equal pressure on your sits bones. Feel it. You're going to get the most out of these exercises if you're really in tune with your body and you're listening to your body. Reach forward. Open up. And then open back. Yeah, beautiful. Come forward. Open up. I maybe have one more week with my hair before I'm like, no, you're going to have to see a hat. Here we go. And then that's always fun. Teaching Pilates with a hat, but oh well. Okay, legs in front of you. Now, as you do this, hands at your hips, open up through that chest. Hop your knees so you relax your quads and press into it here. Again, don't know here with your chin. Just relax your head and neck. Lead forward from your chest. Relax your head and neck. Relax your shoulders. You're just using your hands here to give you just a little bit more leverage forward. If you were here in front of me, I would probably come behind you and put my hand on the back of your whoop, and give you a little more range of motion there. Please don't worry about how much range of motion you get. Some of us are really tight and we're here. It doesn't matter. Just as long as you're working on your flexibility, that's it. It doesn't matter. Some people can go all the way down with a flat back. That's not where I'm at either. So, all right, reach your hands around towards your toes or grab your toes depending on your flexibility. Relax your shoulders. Draw your toes to you because I want you to get a little calf stretch in here and just relax down. I'm really, really grateful to be able to do this. I'm really grateful for the sunshine outside today. I have a lot in my world that I am grateful for. Take those toes. I want you to rotate your upper body toward that and lean into it. And then take that same hand on the inside. Come over. Now we're coming down just a little bit. Let that upper body kind of hang. What are you thankful for today? Hopefully you started your day there. And release, switch sides. Rotate toward that, take it down. Yeah, nice. Whew. All right, take that same hand on the inside, come over. Woo-wee. Hopefully you're feeling that too, I am. Take it down. Beautiful job. So I hope that after you are working out, guys, you are taking time, take the soles of your feet together. Make sure, sit tall and then just drop those knees as far down as you can. Make sure that you are getting quality proteins into your system. You have got to get your body strong and healthy. Health is our best asset, right? Health is wealth. And we know that a lot, especially now. Right? We want to stay healthy and strong. When you work out, tearing down some of that muscle tissue, you need the proteins that are the building blocks of the cells to come back in and to build those back up again for the shape that you need. Please know that you are beautiful today just as you are. And I want you to just say, always to my question here, are you beautiful today? Always. Remind yourself, always. It's not about how you look, you're beautiful as you are today. It is about getting healthier every day. So cross that right over, and I want you just to hug it in. That bottom toe is up, and then just draw it in. Now, sit tall, chest up and out. Right? Sit tall. When we come here, we cheat on this exercise and on this, and I'll understand if y'all need to get going, but just finish up these stretches as you can. Now, take that bottom foot and roll it out, but keep your shoulders nice and tall. Sits bones are even on the floor. You want to feel that stretch in your butt. So stay healthy and strong. Make sure that you are getting quality proteins after you work out. And I'm just going to encourage you to, like on a holistic basis, make sure you're getting a strong quality multivitamin. There's only one that I will recommend because I know it works. All the rest of them, I even read an article yesterday. Just there's a company, draw it up, supplement company that had huge amounts of lawsuits. Right, so just draw it up, sit tight first. Because of the bad quality of the product. Just know what's in your multi. If you don't want to do the research, talk to me. I promise you I can give you one that works. All right, take it out. And I hear a lot of people say, oh, I just get all my nutrients and stuff from my food. Yeah, I wish. I wish that were the case. Again, here's my not PC side coming out. But I'm sorry, I love y'all, but it's not happening in our world anymore. You should be feeling this in your butt, sitting tall. Soil depletion, look it up. We have less nutrients and minerals in our soil. Depletion, which means there's not as much getting into our fruits and vegetables as there used to be. Our grandmamas and our great-grandmamas had much healthier broccoli than we're eating today, which is weird, but it's true. Okay, come up and just come up and do a nice runner stretch. Drop that back knee and toe. Keep this knee over your foot, and then drop those hips down and in. Stretching out the quad hip flexor. And then the other thing is so soil depletion and then early harvesting. And the last part of a ripening process is when most of the nutrients and minerals are actually absorbed up into the fruits and vegetables. When they're harvested early and shipped around the world, because we have an on-demand society, reach, switch. Then that's another whammy against what we are eating. So you would have to eat 2 6-foot tables piled high with food a day in order to hopefully get the amount of nutrients and minerals that you need. I'm talking organic, I'm not even talking non-organic. So there's a couple of hindrances to those 2 6 foot, like 2 of my mats full of food, right? Like pile of food. There's a couple of things that are difficult in that. Number one is you would have to eat all day, every day. So the caloric content in that, right? All right. Take a nice little seat. We're gonna take a nice deep breath. The caloric content, even though it's good food, but the sheer volume, and who has time to do that? Breathe it up. So, talk to me. Get a good multivitamin in there. Get it done. Be strong. Make it simple. Make it work with your lifestyle. It's not hard to do. All right. I love you all. I hope you had a wonderful day. Yes, we went a little long today. So, Life for Lives, Whole Athlete. Run there if you need to. Mine if you want to join the team. Remember, I'm doing a little bit of a charity thing. If you want to nominate any healthcare workers, anybody on the front lines, I would love to be able to send them just a small gift to say thank you. So if you want to do that, jump in. I have an event on Friday. I would love for you to be there. If you want to jump on in, come in and support me in my business. Having some fun stuff there. And there's always a lot going on, so I would just love to have you. But if you have any comments, questions, suggestions right now, let me know. Thank you. Thank you, Jane. I appreciate you being here, girl. And yeah, if there's anything else, put comments, questions, suggestions into my little chat box here, okay? And or connect with me on Facebook. Sharon Porter, you can find me, although there are a lot of Sharon Porters. So if you, with Whole Athlete, you might just want to connect with Whole Athlete and they can get you to me. I think I might be under Sharon Cook Porter, but I would love for you guys to connect with me. So what I'm doing predominantly is I'm helping women to identify the obstacles to and to design a path toward their best health. It is really important that we identify obstacles and that we design a path towards our best health. Each of us is unique, and that's going to be different for all of us. That's what I am really passionate about. I would love for you to connect with me on that at any time, okay? Have an awesome day. Sandy, you're hilarious. I'm so glad you feel better. Right? I have been doing Pilates a long time, and sometimes that's easy. You know, like, there's no comparisons. We just can't do comparisons. See you, Sharon. Love you. All right, Whole Athlete. Love you guys. Mwah.